Calculated the 1 year and a month and a week and the rest of the days brings a total of 460 days. I wondered whether that would refer to 460 years as being the time period.
No, but that will be extending it further than it permits. There it says, he will, if, as far as I remember, the words are that he would rule for 40 days, and a day could be 1 month, a year, and so on. So I think that style of expression also gives room for adding so on. It's just by way of example that don't count too much on the understanding of days by your own reckoning. Your reckoning of days is different and God's reckoning of days is different. So when we say day, it only means a period. For example, this period could be 1 month or a year. So could be 1 month or a year shows that neither the month is certain nor the year is certain. And that is just by way of illustration and example. So that also adds a new angle to this answer, this understanding. That means that the word 40 may extend to more than 40, according as you translate the word day. If it is a year, then it will be 40 years. If it is more than a year, then it will be more than that. So anyway, I personally believe that we should not overstress these figures, because in the Quran, mostly these figures 70, 40, 80, even 80, 47, they are all used to indicate some important periods in which some purpose is started and achieved and has reached completion. But they should not be understood exactly as the letter 40, as the figures 7, 40, etc. Okay? Yes, Doctor, you have come now.
Assalamu alaikum. Just a request, and perhaps it's already in hand, but I feel that Huzur's Khutubat on Gulf conflict, starting from August right up to the end, are highly relevant for the guidance of the world, particularly.
They are still relevant, yes, yeah. Correct.
And Huzur, therefore, I feel that if we could sooner rather than later publish them in book form.
This is already being done. To inform you, you see, in places during the khutbah, you say things often sometimes, and sometimes you forget a fact or two, so they have to be rectified and rechecked. So having done that, we had to make a few changes here and there, and the rest remains intact exactly as it was delivered. Now we have got them, they are already have been translated into Arabic, they are being translated into English, they are being translated into other languages. First version of Urdu Khutubat without rectification was published in Pakistan, and they are now in the process of republishing the same after the due rectifications. And inshallah very soon you will see also the English version, which is needed very much today, because according to the dream of the American president, the new world order is emerging, and it's emerging more like my understanding of what sort of that new world order would be. So I think it's very important that we should publish that in English as well.
Because the earlier part was so prophetically proved and confirmed, the events confirmed it. So the earlier series of
yes.
As God gave you insight to see the future.
Yes.
So whatever has happened so far has happened exactly as you mentioned in it.
Yes, usually in the very beginning I said, I warned Saddam Hussein that they're out to destroy you completely. And that history of the cruel destruction of Iraq would be repeated. So take cue from this and go slow and understand. So the examples I gave from history, that they are being repeated vis-a-vis the Iraqis, this time for the sake of for Israel. It was Israeli planning all through, and it still is Israeli planning. And now, you know, these Muslim Arab powers who have responded to the call of the World Peace Conference, look at them. They have no cards left in their hands. They're going there to be spoken to by the Israeli representative. Will it be the Prime Minister Reagan or somebody else who would be representing? Foreign Minister Shamir? No.
It's
Huh? Will he be representing? But whoever it is, he'll speak down to them. He knows he has all the cards, and there are no cards. So what is this negotiation? Like completely unarmed, totally disarmed.
And especially the last four of the words which divided, especially...
Yes, that's very important. What the rest of the world should do, which the rest of the world is not doing. That's what you mean, yes? Understand. Jazakumullah. All right, will that be the last question, or maybe one or two questions? Yes, please.
I asked you this question once some time ago about a friend of mine I was doing tabligh to.
Pardon?
About a friend of mine I was doing tabligh to, and I said to you I found out that he was very anti-Ahmadi.
Yes.
And you suggested I should stop doing tabligh to him. Now, in the college I'm going to, there's a...
You see, perhaps you misunderstood me. I didn't say you should not preach to the anti-Ahmadi people. You described his attitude, which was very, mulish and adamant attitude. He would listen to reason and still will not be influenced. So I said, to such people, according to the Holy Quran, you say salam and leave them alone. With that further explanation, you please tell me now what you have to say.
Right. I want to ask you about a friend of mine who's an Iranian. As a person, he's a very nice person, very friendly. Everything is very nice to feel about him. But I think from his childhood, having seen all the things that happen in Iran, he has witnessed people being hanged for apparently no reason, but in the name of Islam.
Yes.
I think that must have had quite an effect on him, to such an extent that he's now an atheist.
Yes.
He no longer believes in
Anything.
as such. Now, I don't seem to be able to get anywhere with him in terms of religion.
You see, for such people, particularly in his situation, the book Murder in the Name of Allah would be the right approach. There the Iranian situation is also discussed with the religion and everything, and religion has been defended in principle, and it has been made clear that religion has been exploited. The murder in the name of God is not done by religious people, but by irreligious people and the politician and so on and so forth. So you better, if you can convince him to read this book, tell him there is no harm, why not? Maybe he's softened down here and there, we don't know where, but I hope he'll be influenced to a degree. Okay. Yes, Tahir Salim or Salim Tahir? Tahir Salim. Yes, please.
There's one question which Yusuf raised quite concerned, because I am quite concerned. After the aftermath of Iraq being destroyed, the Project was trying to...
In the aftermath or after the aftermath?
After the aftermath.
Huh?
After the aftermath of the...
In the aftermath.
In the aftermath.
Right, yes.
Of,
Well, if the aftermath is over, then the question is finished. Yes, please.
because it was trying to make nuclear power. Now Pakistan, as we understand, has also...
Who was trying to become a nuclear power?
Iraq.
A nuclear power? You should say Iran was trying to make some crude nuclear weapon, not to become nuclear power. There are 7,000 nuclear weapons in the world of such order of destruction that each can destroy a great city.